When you're going throughout your career, and when you start looking for what it is you want to do and how you want to do it, and you start finding your niche in life, and even sometimes your purpose and what you're designed to do, we all have a programming and designing of what we've been put on this earth to do. When you start finding that thing, it gets you all your juices flowing. And when that starts to happen, you want to just chase that one thing. And that's a great place to be. I can think to a lot of points in my career where I saw this. One point in my life that in particular is when I went to culinary school. I wanted to become a chef. When I graduated college, I got into sales for various reasons, but I felt like that's where I needed to be. Once I got 2 years into sales, I felt like I needed to go back to the restaurant business. So I started interviewing for all these jobs as a manager in training. I got a job at Red Lobster as a manager in training. And my goal was to learn everything I could possibly learn about the restaurant business and start my own restaurant. That lasted about 8 months, so these are like hard decisions. It was a hard decision when I was thinking about leaving sales and going back into the restaurant to make a decision, which was hard, to start my own restaurant, which I never did because it was that hard. But I met with a buddy of mine 8 months into my career as a manager in training in the restaurant business, and he was in the mortgage business. Looked at him and was like, is this real? We grew up together. We had similar drive, similar sales skills. We did some crazy things in high school together. And I'm looking at him like, why can't I do that? I took a chance. I took a chance on myself. It was commission only. I'm still living at my mom's house, which provided some security for me to make a decision like this. And I was successful in mortgages. I became one of the top loan officers in the country for that particular company. And I relate that back to the ability to make a tough decision. You're always going to continue to make hard choices in your career. There's hard choices I had to make when I was, starting in the insurance business, things I had to give up. It was this period of time that I realized like my life had gotten to a point where, things were right in front of me to take advantage of something great. I had to give up going to, baby showers and, Bible study and parties and this and that. And none of that was going to create anything for me. I was playing flag football at the time. I enjoyed playing flag football. I stopped playing because I was getting injured every week. Nothing that would stop me from going to work, but I don't want to tear an ACL or tear a Achilles playing flag football when it was go time in my career. These were all choices of things I had to give up. And these are things that, you face in life where you have to decide like what you want to do, what is important. My son was being born and I'm broke. And I have these extracurricular things I'm doing that don't bring anything into the house. And I have told my wife we're gonna have this life. Then, the rubber did meet the road. And every allotment of time that I had available belonged to something that was gonna get me somewhere. You have to remember to stay consistent. And even when it's not perfect, you have to remind yourself not to fall off the wagon. Falling off the wagon equates to you losing all your values and commitments that you put forth and saying, screw it, it doesn't matter. Stick to your why. Remember why you made these decisions in the first place. The why is so important. For me, it was my wife and my son at that time. And when I had my daughter, she became part of that why. I knew I had to fulfill the promises that I told my wife. I wasn't going to not do that, or I wasn't going to be able to live with myself. So remember your why when you're dealing with hard choices, when you're dealing with commitment. This stuff will set the path for you and keep you on course.